Oh, welcome back to another episode of the Stanley Parable with myself, Kahneolus. Right, so we're gonna get straight into it, I guess. It's already got me facing out the door, and someone's painted all over the floor. So everything else is the same. Well, still hate Mondays, but we record on Mondays, so that's fine.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Sounds pretty simple. I'm guessing everything else is the same. Does this open yet? Oof. No. Huh. Oh. Okay. Solitaire. Is he winning? He, she? I can't jump. Let me play solitaire. Or at least turn it off. It looks good to me. Right. And that way. I mean, the line. No.
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa, 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 whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Oh dear. That. Ow. Oh, this is mad. I wish I had as much to drink as this person. Wow. Oof. What? Peer reviews employee 432. Damn! Well, this onwards. What? Bum 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 bum. Hello.
Cut the music.
Oh.
Go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story.
It is a sexy
Make sure
fern.
you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
It is it made of cotton? Fern cotton. Anyway, where's the second hand? I know there are two hands. Why is the second hand called second hand? It should be the third hand. Where's the third second hand? That gets confusing. Right.
Wait, We're back at the office.
No. No.
No. Line. You do know we're looking for the Stanley parable, right?
Yeah,
The story?
The line's
Is
fine.
any of this
Ooh.
ringing a bell?
Oh dear.
No, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted
Naughty
you,
Line.
after
Naughty.
everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
No. It's the line again. Woohoo! Where's my music? Da 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 da.
You know what, Stanley?
Oh.
I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us?
No,
We're
no.
intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Fine. Goodbye, line. We had some good times together. Anyway, let's look around here.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything.
Editing.
What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination.
Aliens.
Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Aliens. Oh God.
Oh no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Now, the line and I go back a long time. He's my friend. Woo! Wow. Zzz. Oh. Come back. Line, no. You're gonna close the door behind me, aren't you?
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision.
Yes.
From here, the story is in our control.
Excellent.
How important, we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay. So
More lines.
I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere the place where we're trying to
I feel
go,
like I'm an
there
actual
must be
loading
a
icon.
reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means
Buffering.
that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse
Buffering.
door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts,
No.
the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic.
You know,
Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
you're not gonna open the left one, are you? Damn it!
Oh, hold up, what's this? The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending?
Yes.
And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times?
No.
That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I
Go on,
hope that's where
restart.
we are right now.
Restart
We'll
me.
find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if
Oh no! I wonder if this actually loads anything, or if this is just like a level. It just varies in time to make you think it's loading. It's just various little GIFs, little movies. This is a loading cutscene. Rightio. Well, let's do it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Not the meeting room. Hey. I want to go through 45 again. Line! Come back to me, Line! Maybe if I do the Line song, it'll come back. Da 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 da.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
No, he didn't.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room,
Wah,
and
wah,
Stanley
wah.
knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I do like the employee lounge, yeah. Although, I haven't checked on Chris in a while. Is Chris still in the broom closet? Because... Yes, I need to...
Yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it. At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left. Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
Are you sending a message? Do I have to stay in here 41 days?
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room.
No.
He took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
I need the amazing room. What's with all these mugs of coffee? We went there once. Let's try down here.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Now, said there was an option for death, but what happens when you die? Shall we find out, or shall we go up there? What's that you say? We should go up there? Oh no! Ah!
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
I landed on the
Good job,
boxes.
Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
But the boxes. I feel like death.
All of his co-workers were gone.
Yes.
What could it mean?
No idea.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Let's go to the meeting
Perhaps he
room.
had simply missed a memo.
Maybe I've missed a memo. I think everyone would miss a memo because they're all thrown on the floor. God. Line? Is that... No.
When Stanley came to a set of 2
Just
open
kidding.
doors, he entered. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
I need a segue.
Wow. Yes, this room. But eager to get back to
Yep.
business.
Wow,
Stanley
yes,
took
this
the
room.
first open door on his left.
But no, I didn't. I's not gotta kill myself, like, because the
Stanley
other
was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a small calculator. It can't do the 9-0. I see. What are these plans for? Aliens? Are you going to bring me my aliens? No? Oh, would you quit closing doors behind me? The only way is up.
Look, Stanley, I
Baby.
think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not.
Can't
I
enter
realize
trucks.
that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
Don't
I'm
accidentally
not asking
fall.
for me, I'm asking for her.
Her?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
May contain information. This sign may contain no information. Is that why it's blocked off? Damn! Someone needs to give up smoking. And we're still indoors here. You're not allowed to smoke. It's bad, okay? It's not good for your health. Can I get back on this? Not that I want to. Ooh. Nice racks. Right here, let's go through here then. Close the door. Surprise! No Easter eggs. That one's upside down. Fragile. It's French for fragile. Bulldog. Is that meant to be like caterpillar, but not? Where's the these must be electric because they're indoors. Otherwise they'd have a gas canister on the back with the gas. That might be the American gas, which is actually fuel. Oh no. Sigh. Ah.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to...
Okay. What? Ooh.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
427. There's
This
no
is a
oven.
very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
No, no, no. Press R on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Oh, come on. You're making me be Stanley.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do.
Damn you.
Now he's pushing
Hey, my
a
desk.
button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Is that my boss's office with a keypad? Would you...
But in his mind, in his mind he can go on fantastic adventures.
Yes.
From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
It's a bit harsh. Why go to work then? Press 2 to watch TV.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work,
Where?
he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Please press P to spend time with the boys. You.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Let me get to bed. Oh. Press X to prepare dinner.
As he wandered
Whoa.
through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind control.
I see.
And down another
This is going
was
to
a
turn into
yellow
my
line
office, isn't it?
weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley.
That's why I can't
Parable.
walk here. And I can't walk here.
It was such a wonderful fantasy. And so in his head, he relived it again. And then again.
Oh,
and
it's actually
again,
one of my keys.
Over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end. That he might always feel this free.
Right, hon.
Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be?
Look, she's got an
Perhaps we
idea.
play just one more time.
Wait. Please press 8 to tell your wife you love her.
But there is no answer.
Yeah, see,
How
told
could
you.
there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets
Picture
which
change and
life
everything.
is the real one. And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer. That
My
as
mug.
long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
If I don't press it, I'm still doing what I'm told. So how long do we wait? Shall I go for a toilet break or... I wonder what a time interval would be. Would I have to wait till... What time was it he was in? It was 11:25. And he'd been waiting for an hour, so that's... Oh god, that would be 10:25. That's quite a bit of waiting to go there, considering this is a 1/1 scale time, isn't it? Shut up, squeaky chair. I shall put this like this. This is nice. You ever tried falling asleep with a clock like this in a bedroom? It's annoying if you concentrate on it, but if it's just in the background, it kind of helps you to fall asleep. I'm going to have to press this button, aren't I? You're going to have like 5 videos of just this. Next in part 10, still staring at the clock. Can I press other buttons? What was that? Oh. Not pressing P, not pressing P. La 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 la. Fine. I'm pressing P. I'm gonna do it.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself? I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
What?
And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
I didn't press a button. Ah, it's your arch nemesis, the loading screen. Hello? Have you seen my wife? She was... My wife is right here. You like my wife? You like my wife? Her idea is still here. Line!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Now, you've got no lighting around you. You've got lighting around you. Aha! Okay. Shall we go for the whiteboard ending? How long has it been? Is it about half an hour? Should I be ending this video? Should I? Do I need to do more Stanley? Stanley? What are you doing, Stanley? I swear I spotted a clock going backwards once.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Nah, let's lock ourselves in here. Console bark. Ah! This doesn't end the game! So... does that mean this isn't actually an ending? This is just welcome to the whiteboard. Wop wop. Good. Excellent. Fantabulous. Let's touch everything. Blah.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Fine, because the office was all messed up. Let's see what this corridor's like. And if Chris is finally in the closet. Wait, that's wrong. Why would I wish someone to be in the closet?
Yet
Hello!
there was not a single person here either.
Damn.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
So, if there's a meeting here, and you need to get to rooms over here, how... I'm not gonna start questioning the architecture of this place. Bum 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 bum. Monetize, free to play. Synergize. Shift global market. Quarterly pie chart profits. Nah. So is it this pie chart twice a month because it's bi-quarterly? Number of slides on this slide. Charts. Charts and slides. Rate at which charts on the same slide depict the same information. Ooh. Rate of increase in graphs per slide. That, yeah. Whoa! Stop. The boss appreciation minute. Fill out in triplicate and return it. Chris!
Stanley stepped into the broom closet.
Chris.
But there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
No.
There was nothing here, No choice to make, no
stuff.
path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
And there's a thing. And more wrenches. Why has he got all the adjustable
Baffling that
ones?
Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet.
Pliers.
He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As
Maybe-
it is,
maybe I
he's
am doing
literally
something.
just standing there doing sweet FA.
Close the door.
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yes.
Standing around doing nothing?
I was doing
Why?
something.
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Confuzzled. I like it. It's like raw plasterboard and that, innit? Like, know what I mean?
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out.
Yes.
It didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Hey.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Well, the whiteboard ending wasn't very
Stanley
good.
was fat and ugly and really, really stupid.
Oi!
Probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Well, you know, who wouldn't be? Your textures aren't aligned here either.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
What?
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
Don't do it.
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
So, I think when I'm actually dying, I'll see if I can quickly boot up Stanley, get to the broom closet, and then actually die and put my speakers on full volume. And then watch it fail miserably. What's your first person shooter? I wonder what games will be like in the future. Right, so, that's the broom closet ending. It's my favourite.
Second player, it's good to have you on board.
No problem, sir.
Guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Yes, sir. What was the first player doing? Shall we go back in?
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Let me pass over Fungus. Hello, I'm Fungus. That's apparently what a fungus sounds like. Not gonna say anything. Come on. Fine. No? Dagnabbit. You're not gonna say anything till I pass this door and it...
Coming to a staircase,
Yeah.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
But what's downstairs? Not gone downstairs. Can I have a nap under the stairs? Red light. We can make photographs here. Develop, that's the word. Warning. There's fire in these tubes. Oh, sorry. Danger. Danger. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. How many taps? There's a fire. No, let me turn this tap on. Oh, let me turn this tap on. Or would I be turning them off? Or nothing. Jeez.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that.
No.
And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. He thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself.
It's just me from the broom closet.
Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to
Don't
wake
do it.
up.
Don't do it. Let
He
me...
felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over.
No.
Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real.
God.
I must be. Can anyone hear my voice?
God.
And everything went black.
Oh.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better.
No.
But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
She's not running. She didn't move at all, actually. Was that it? Is it finished? Oh, God! Well, I'm going to finish that episode here. So, thanks for joining me. Hope you had some fun in the broom closet. Giggity! Okay, bye!